you there. Welcome back to another episode of Triple Scoop. My name is Gabby.
My name's Leila.
I'm Luca.
And I'm Chloe.
And today we're going to be talking about Rihanna's halftime show. So, initial thoughts, everyone.
So going in, I heard that there was going to be a special guest. Now, when it was going on, the song Work was playing. I thought I was going to see Drake come out. I was like, all right, sweet. He doesn't come out. Under the Lights comes on. Is Kanye going to come out?
Would have been a little controversial.
Would have been definitely controversial.
Would have been great, though.
Would have been. But I was just, but it's cool to see at the end, it was that she was pregnant, her baby. I give her so much props for being able to do a whole entire performance in front of the thousands of people in the stadium as well as the millions watching at home. To do that, it's not something that's very easy to do.
Now, you said you noticed at the end. I noticed it right off the bat.
Me
I was
too.
like, hold on. The entire time I was watching it with my friends, we were going back and forth like, is she? No, she can't be. She just had a kid.
It's rude to assume.
Yeah,
that.
it's rude to assume.
She
but
did just have a baby.
Exactly. So that's why I was like, there's no way. But also like, is she? So I was like going back and forth. But I could tell right away that she was pregnant. So I guess that is almost like her special guest, almost like that her being pregnant. But honestly, that was kind of a shock to me. I was not expecting that. But like you said, props to her for being able to, go out there and still put on a show while being pregnant.
Yeah, I agree. I also I had no idea that she was honestly like pregnant until she rubbed her belly at the end of the show. Then that solidified it for me, and I was like, wait, why did she rub the belly though? So then I was like, you know what, maybe she's pregnant. And then she revealed I think actually on social media afterwards, after the fact too. So I was like, okay, Rihanna's pregnant with A$AP Rocky's child. They're gonna have such beautiful children. I already saw a picture of
their son, right?
Yeah, I forget what his name is, unfortunately, but he's cute. So I'm excited to see what they look like, I guess, when they're older, and how they transform and what parent they look more like if it's gonna be A$AP or if it's gonna be Rihanna, because the boy looks so much like Rihanna. So
That's cute.
waiting to see.
I also saw that there was gonna be a special guest, but there wasn't. I heard Jay-Z was there, and I thought he was gonna come out during Run This Town. It would have been really good, but he didn't. But apparently, she owns Fenty Beauty, she stopped and fixed her makeup mid-show, and she put on a whole thing on TikTok that was her special guest, her makeup brand.
Oh, I didn't see that. Wow.
I saw that only after the fact, probably because I was too busy just marveling in it being Rihanna on the Super Bowl that I didn't register that little makeup bit was her doing Fenty. I thought it was just well, let me just do this just to fix my makeup.
Brand, even
yeah,
if
it is still a brand.
I think she performed very well. Like you said, especially for being pregnant, but she hasn't performed in 5 years live.
No, she hasn't.
We're still waiting for the album.
That's what. Oh my God! Before I found out that she was pregnant, I really was hoping that she would drop an album at the Super Bowl. I was like, Rihanna, now's your chance. You haven't dropped music in I don't even know how long. We're waiting. We're begging. We're ready for it. And this would be a missed opportunity. But I guess the big reveal was her being pregnant, and it's well, I mean, I guess, but it's I really want new music.
Yeah, that's what everybody wants at this point, is just new music. But I do love the fact though that she intertwined her own brand within the Super Bowl performance, because I don't know, in its own way, I feel it just shows how genuine she is about the brand, because it's she's taking every opportunity to just grow it further. Which
the outfits the performers wore were all from her. I don't remember the name of her clothing brand. Is it Savage?
Yeah, Fenty Savage.
Savage Fenty, yeah.
Yeah, Savage Fenty.
And they were all wearing the white puffers.
Yeah.
That's such a meme now.
Yeah,
oh my God.
I believed it at first when everyone's being Rihanna's backup dancer, but they all were just wearing white coats.
Yeah.
They also had limited edition this Super Bowl lip gloss that Fenty made specifically for everybody that was a part of the dance crew. So it's super cool because they got to walk away with merchandise too, not just the experience in itself.
She has so much money.
No, I know. I can only imagine how much money was put into the whole thing.
Yeah, because they pay for it themselves. I'm pretty sure she didn't get paid for it.
Yeah, they don't make any money. It's more like an advertising thing. It's more
because,
hey, I got to perform at Super Bowl, and after
everyone's
that, you'll
talking
get
about
stuff.
it.
Yeah.
Wow.
She did really good. I think it was a really entertaining, for our generation, especially, because a lot of the times, I know, my parents were oh, we don't really, know what it is, but they're kind of moving closer to, our generation.
Now, what do you guys think? She did some parts of it where she was on a platform, and she was like, you see how high she got up?
Yeah.
Like, being pregnant, not performing like 5 to 7 years, and then doing that without any there was no net.
There was
inside
like a
of it.
strap, but
It was
like at
just
the end of
there.
the day, like the strap can only do so much.
Exactly.
And there was part where it like shook. I saw, but I think it was really like well performed and like a good set to use because it was really cool when she rose up.
Now, do you guys feel like there was any other song they felt should have made the cut that ended up not making the cut?
Kiss It Better. She teased it and she didn't play it. And it was so good. Such a good song.
I think they teased a little bit of like S&M, and I was really hoping that would make an appearance. Also, Shut Up and Drive. Shut Up and Drive is one of
That would have been
Oh
going.
my
favorites, and it did not make an appearance, probably because she was pregnant. On a lot of those like really like high energy songs that would have required like a performance to get like huge reaction out of, she probably cut them for her own personal reasons, which I mean is okay, but it's like I just want to see that. Like
or,
that's
Don't Stop the Music, like her
Yeah.
like
yes.
core 2010s, like.
Yeah, all of like her like OG old stuff from the 2010s.
Yeah, I feel like she played more newer stuff.
Yeah.
She did, yeah. I feel like there was like a decent mix of it, but for me, I'm more of a fan for Rihanna's older stuff, and that's kind of what I was looking for. And she did incorporate some of those songs, like when Umbrella happened, I went crazy. I was like, this is what I'm
start,
here
like
for.
downpouring. Like that would have been so cool.
That would've been
if they
It
could
could have
do
been
that.
like Prince's halftime show.
Yeah,
It was like
yeah,
Purple Rain,
yeah,
and
Purple
it was all
Rain.
raining. That was
That
kind
would've
of
been
cool
really
for
cool.
sure.
My friends
Missed
and I were like,
opportunity.
what if Tom Holland came out as a special
I
guest
saw
for
that.
Umbrella?
And did his dance.
And did the
Would've been
dance.
So good.
That would've
Or
been-
or
oh my
even
God.
if he didn't come out, they just did his lip sync battle choreo, like all of the backup dancers did it, which I don't know if they would be allowed to do that, but if they could,
Do you think it's copyrighted?
I don't
Tom
know.
Holland. He like killed that dance.
He
though.
did kill that. He's a trained
He's
dancer.
such a good dancer. I was gonna say.
I'm pretty sure he was trained in like ballet.
Good for him.
I don't know if Rihanna have seen the dance though. I feel like she just watched TV. I get the vibe that she just doesn't watch
She
TV.
just doesn't watch
She's,
TV.
she's in her own zone, sort of thing.
Yeah. So overall, I think she did a really good job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd say it was one of the better ones in the past. few
definitely.
years.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah, for sure.
Who do you think is gonna be next year's?
I have no idea.
I think they gotta get someone that's more like current, because last year you had Eminem and Snoop Dogg, and I loved that, but that was more older. Rihanna, she hasn't made music recently. I think if you get someone like, I know I said it earlier, Drake, or someone that's just recent, Post Malone type,
Yeah.
I think
They
that would
probably
be
Taylor
good.
could get
Swift.
somebody like more lively because like the Super Bowl has like this like habit of going like 2 years super like mellow and then 2 years like super like
Yeah.
crazy upbeat.
Right. No, those are all good ideas, and that's gonna conclude the music section. Stay tuned for another segment of Triple Scoop.
I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about it.
Families don't have to talk about everything, but they should talk about how to plan for an emergency. Get tips and resources to make your family's emergency plan.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made home ownership happen. Homeschooling yourself on loans, beefing up your credit score.
So I'm pre-approved.
You were like, yes! Sorry. Color coding listings, ticking boxes, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. Home sweet home. You aced house hunting. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Welcome back to Triple Scoop. I'm Luca, joined by
Ian.
Hyder.
Dean.
And there's a couple basketball movies coming up in the next couple of months. So first off, we're going to talk about the reboot of White Man Can't Jump starring Jack Harlow. Guys, what are your thoughts on this?
No.
Go ahead, Hyder, cook.
No.
No? No, why? No,
What
why?
do you mean no?
Why
Why
no?
no?
Why
It's
no?
gonna be trash.
Trash, why? Go off.
Trash.
Bro,
It's a Hulu
no,
movie.
hold on.
It's
It's
a
a
Hulu
Hulu movie. It's a Hulu movie.
It's a Hulu
Why?
movie.
Why would it? That's a literal adult Disney Channel original movies. All right. It is straight to Hulu. All right. No. Let's just get this straight. No one wearing New Balances is gonna replace the magic of Spike Lee's White Man Can't Jump with the Nike Command 4 shoes.
I mean, if you put Kawhi in there,
Kawhi-
he's sponsored by New Balance.
Kawhi doesn't play basketball. What do you think he's gonna do? Show up to a movie set every day? He's not gonna
Hey,
do
you
that.
might want to get
He
that
sucks.
bag, get that
He
side
sucks.
bag.
LeBron's better.
Oh, obviously, no one's going
All
to
right.
debate you on that. But this is it's a pop culture show. This is not a basketball, so we'll debate that another day. But Dean, what do you think? You think Jack Harlow's going to do a good job?
I'm
in
a
his
Jack
first...
Harlow defender.
All right,
I'm
we
a
love that.
defender. I think he's gonna do great. I think he has like kind of that quirkiness about him that like would make a lot of people laugh. So I think he's gonna kill the role.
Ian?
I have no faith in Jack Harlow. I really don't.
Yeah.
Why though?
Yeah, go explain.
First of all, this movie is a Hulu movie. Dude, they're like their best. They don't even have any good. They don't have any good movies or shows either. Their only good show is like Family Guy. That's their only one good show they have. Jack Harlow.
That comes on cable TV too.
Exactly. They don't even own it. They don't even own it.
Yeah, I think this would have been a good movie concept if they just didn't put the label of White Man Can't Jump on it. I think Jack Harlow and the new co-star Sin Qua, he would have been great alongside Jack Harlow in just a completely different, unrelated comedy movie that had basketball in it. But the moment you put the label White Man Can't Jump, you obviously you have the label of nostalgia, right? Like you're trying to appease to a specific audience, and you're also trying to capture a new audience. That's a whole problem. Like we saw what they did with the Space Jam movie just 2 years ago. Fans eviscerated it, and obviously that's because it had to do with LeBron James and Michael Jordan, and that's very polarizing and whatever. But the moment you sort of delve into going back and doing something nostalgic and bringing that back for the new generation, like I don't think it's gonna work as well. Plus, on top of that, you had Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson as your two leads. Those are like really good actors. And then you're putting in a guy like Jack Harlow, who, to my knowledge, hasn't really starred in any movie or anything like that in a lead role. You're putting in just brand new actors into this, and you're throwing them into this storm. I don't think it's gonna end well.
Yeah, I think they're really rolling the dice. Again, he's playing a main character's role in his first ever experience in a movie. Now, Jack has a great personality. We see that in interviews.
For sure, yeah.
He's great. You saw a Super Bowl commercial, Doritos with the triangles. So he definitely
The
has
New Balance ads are funny, but no one wants to
ads.
buy orthopedic shoes.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. How much do you want to bet that in this second movie, Woody Harrelson is going to come out of the blue and he's going to say something stupid like, "Now it's my job to save," whatever. How much do you want to bet that's going to happen? Because I can tell you right now, I will bet my life that is going to happen on this terrible Hulu movie.
It is.
They should have just kept the original.
It is.
Why'd they have to make a sequel? Why? Why? Why do you have to do that to us?
Here's the thing though.
It's money. You guys want money? Take my wallet. I don't care. Don't ruin a good movie with a sequel.
So let's move towards a movie that I'm really excited about, Air, starring Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. It's about how Nike really came to that decision to sign Michael Jordan to Nike and build a whole brand around one athlete, which really just changed the way we look at athletes in general. Let's talk about that. So Matt Damon is playing Sonny Vaccaro, the guy who basically started and signed Michael Jordan to Nike to eventually create Air Jordan. And Ben Affleck is playing the founder of Nike. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, Ben Affleck's a great actor, so that's going to be great. I do think, and Hyder, we've had these conversations outside of, production stuff. You had The Last Dance that was released, a couple years ago. Now you're having Air Jordan. All these movies about Michael Jordan coming out.
2023.
Do we think this is like a purposeful thing? LeBron just broke the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record, so now people are like, "Oh wait, never mind, hold on, everyone calm down."
I think once LeBron.
No, that's what happened. So
yeah, go explain. 'Cause I know you have a theory.
What happened was the moment LeBron won the 2016 NBA Finals, Michael Jordan called in ESPN after ESPN had decades of archived footage from when Michael Jordan was winning championships. And Michael Jordan was basically like, oh, damn, this guy won a championship, probably the greatest championship of all time, and call it in, boys, we're going to make this documentary. But about the movie itself and looking at the trailer, I'm really interested in it because they didn't show Michael Jordan at all. Yeah. Viola Davis is playing Michael Jordan's mother. They have a great slate of just cast members. I love Chris Tucker, big Chris Tucker fan, love his stand-up, love Rush Hour 1, 2, and 3. So I'm really excited to see him in a movie role once again. But I kind of want to like just see what you guys think about it. Like, because back then it was a very big risk to go all in on an athlete, specifically one that had not stepped on an NBA court. It was just, you know, Michael Jordan won 3 college championships and then, you know, got drafted to the Bulls, but it wasn't really like anyone had ever done this before, right? In the 80s, they had the Converse weapon, and in that commercial, you had Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas, and a couple of other NBA players. Nike is like one of the first companies to really just put their brand around one athlete, put one product around one athlete. And obviously, we've seen the effects of it right now. You're wearing LeBron shoes, I'm wearing LeBron shoes. So
I got Adidas.
Yeah, let's go Team Adidas, baby.
But but going back to that, like, what do we think about, you know, a movie being made around that, and how you think that's going to do well in the movie theaters? Because this is a rated R movie. It's not a movie for kids.
Rated R?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I think it's an incredibly unique concept that has never really been done before, especially involving like a sneaker business. I've never seen something like that ever get produced, and I think it's really cool how they can kind of show the building up of a brand that we all know and love today. So I think that's really kind of like cool, and I hope that they maybe even can go through like the history or maybe like the evolution of Jordans, because like I know like a lot of sneakerheads would like love that, like that type of thing and that type of movie. So I think that would be really, really cool.
I'm really into the concept of just like, I think some of us have watched that Founder movie with not Ben Affleck, Michael Keaton and McDonald's.
That was a good movie.
Really good movie. But it wasn't just the happy side of McDonald's, it was also the serious side, right? Basically how people's whole visions were taken out of their hands and how, you know, someone got away with it. So I'm interested to see how they're going to sort of insert Tinker Hatfield in it, who was the guy, like Michael Jordan was kind of mad about the Air Jordan 2s and how they looked and was about to leave Nike until the Air Jordan 3s. So I'm interested to see how they're going to go with the dramatic part of that as well.
For sure. 2 great basketball movies. Stay tuned for them, and stay tuned for more Triple Scoop.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzing overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
We scored? Yeah, we scored going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride.
Wait, why does my face look like that?
There was a time in my life where I was extremely homesick. I decided that I needed a pet. When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. He jumped up and kissed me and like jumped right into my arms. I immediately went up to the volunteers at the shelter and said, I want him, like he's gotta come home with me. Now I'm anything but lonely. Every day with Turtle is a perfect day and keeps me company when I'm doing schoolwork. I like it when he jumps up on the table too. He is a veggie thief. He's an incredible companion and my best friend. Can't say that I've met anybody that doesn't love him too. When I adopted Turtle, I discovered all the things that make him unique. He's a little bit of a lot of things, but mostly he's all pure love.
Hello everyone, my name is Leila and I'm joined with Gabby. She is my co-host for today. We're going to be talking about Dance Moms Season 9, but really just all of Dance Moms in general. We are here with he and him, and we are just going to be introducing them to Dance Moms, and it's going to be crazy because they don't know anything about Dance Moms, so.
Have you heard anything? You've not heard anything?
I'm so excited to learn about Dance Moms. My sister talks about Dance Moms. She can't get enough of it. So I'm excited to, at least conversate with her about Dance Moms.
So,
I don't know anything about the show, but I'm guessing it has to do I guess it's going to be similar to being like a soccer mom or something, if I had to guess.
Okay, kind of.
Yeah, they're crazy.
I'm going to kind of work backwards in a way. So Dance Moms Season 9, as you see, there's question marks because it's been confirmed. I'm going to get there. It was teased, and what was very interesting about the teaser is Abby Lee Miller posted it, and it was a new cast in a new city in Miami.
Who's that?
Abby Lee Miller is the dance teacher here.
She was in jail for tax fraud.
And money laundering.
And cancer.
She had cancer, which put her in a wheelchair.
Oh.
She's mean. A kid sued her for throwing a chair.
What?
And she favored Maddie. So
Who's
if we
Maddie?
cut back,
these are just basic
Maddie
characteristics
is
of
from
her.
Why did she throw a chair?
We're getting there.
We're getting there. It's a complicated.
So,
sorry, I'm just
seasons
so
1
eager.
through 7 start in Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and then they go to LA later. So it starts, there's 4 core OG moms, Kelly, Christy, Melissa, and Dr. Holly. So the youngest was Mackenzie. These are all their kids. Mackenzie was the youngest. She was 6 when the show started, and Brooke was 13. So the earlier
Brooke
seasons.
was the oldest.
Yeah,
I could tell.
They focused more on the moms and the drama. Their kids all danced with Abby. And then their honorable mention moms, Kathy and her daughter Vivi, which then had the Candy Apples Dance Center, who were the rivals.
Yes, because they get kicked off the team, I
Yes, they
believe.
quit.
Yes, and then they create the Candy Apples, which becomes the arch nemesis rival team for the rest of so many seasons, so many seasons.
And Vivi cut her finger during season 2 on her mom's ring.
And she hoped she could still dance.
She was able to still dance. She got a paper. It was, and then Kendall and Jill. Jill comes season 2 and then leaves and comes back. It's a whole thing, but she's pretty much like an OG, but she's not from the first season. And then season 8 isn't as iconic as the first 7 seasons because it's a new cast and it's more kid focused.
Yeah, it's more focused on the minis that they have.
Yes. So if we were to tell
junior
you
team.
in season 9 comes out to watch season 9, here are the top 8 things you'd probably need to know about Dance Moms.
Okay, this just got crazy.
Big reveal.
Big reveal. So if you want to start season 1.
Is a dance mom.
Okay. So season 1 is crazy because it already just kicks off just what everybody's about to expect for the rest of the 7 seasons that comes up afterwards. But season 1, Kathy leads. We felt like this was the most iconic part of season 1 because Kathy is just such a big part of Dance Moms entirely because like we said before, the ALDC versus Candy Apples war starts here from season 1. It all
and it
begins.
continues
They
on.
didn't talk about that in history class.
Right. Season 2, we have Studio Hopper, like I said earlier, Jill and Kendall. So they had auditions to replace Kathy and Vivienne at the beginning of season 2. Jill and her daughter Kendall come make the team. Season 2, episode 8, Kendall is put on probation. They have a pyramid. Kendall is put on probation, which means that she might get kicked off the team at any moment. Jill doesn't like that. She quits and goes to the Candy Apples Dance Center. She goes to the rivals.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
She betrays the
And
team.
then
Studio Hopper.
And then later
up
on
to
in the
me.
season, she comes back to the Abby Lee Dance Company.
So she's a traitor.
Wait.
She's a studio hopper
So why
Oh.
but why
Sorry,
did she
Vanessa.
come back?
because she didn't like Candy Apples. They said they didn't give Kendall her opportunity.
But even on probation, they let her back after all she
It
did.
took a little convincing, but
That's
eventually.
That's like
Ooh,
Benedict
I
Arnold.
feel like it would take a lot of convincing.
I'm sure the producers had a lot to do with it too, but at the same time, my little Kendall, she just needed the opportunities.
And
at the
speaking of
ALDC.
My Little Kendall.
That's the episode, or that's the season I'm interested in. Rosa Parks.
Yes.
Yes, fun fact, Rosa Parks was actually in Dance Moms, so.
Well, I'm going to
That's
start by
amazing.
saying
Yeah.
the team at this point was a bunch of, majority of it was young girls who were white. And then there
Yes.
was Nia, who was African American.
She was
She's
the
the only
only
African American
African-American.
dancer.
So, Jill thought it was a good idea to
They
nominate
do a
My
Rosa
Little
Parks
Kendall
dance.
to do Rosa Parks because she's the perfect role for it, quote unquote.
When Nia is right
Because
there,
she-
Nia is the only African American dancer, and Jill thought that her little Kendall would be a better Rosa Parks.
Abby even kind of fed into it a little bit, but I don't think it much of got anywhere. to be honest.
And then it's an ongoing joke now.
Yeah.
Like, she's our age, she's 20, and everyone still comments on her stuff like, oh my God, Rosa Parks.
Wow.
You? So the actress of the white girl who plays Rosa Parks is now just memed for it endlessly.
Yeah. But she didn't get it. Nia eventually obviously got the part.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Season 4
Nia got the part.
Season 4 is when everything starts going crazy. So Brooke, huge fight between Abby and Brooke's mom, Kelly. Get your finger out of my face. They are yelling back and forth. Kelly slaps Abby in the face.
Whoa.
And she goes, Brooke, is your mother speaking for you? And then they start fighting, and then Kelly gets arrested for assault against Abby, but then Kelly's daughter, Paige, is the one who sued Abby for mental abuse, for throwing the chair at her.
And this is arguably when when honestly Dance Moms just like starts to go downhill in the sense of like the relationships with the girls are just not the same with Abby anymore. Kelly ends up leaving the team obviously after all this happens, and Christy leaves not too shortly after because Kelly and her they were best friends.
Yeah.
It was hard to see her best friend go, and like Chloe's best friend was Paige, so they just ended up leaving. So after this, like this is kind of when the team starts falling apart and Gabby starts implementing new members, like
Gabby or Abby?
Did I say Gabby? I meant to say Abby.
Come on, what are you doing? Come on.
Accident. But no, so Gabby starts implementing
God, they're not even prepared for this.
Chloe leaves at the end of season 4.
Yeah, she leaves at the end of season 4. And
club.
Abby, she starts implementing new members from her other show that she had, which is Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition. And she implements Kalani and JoJo. And Kalani came in about like 3rd place in the season that she had. JoJo didn't like place that high up at all.
JoJo
but, like,
is the JoJo Siwa.
JoJo Siwa.
Whoa, she's in this?
Yes.
JoJo Siwa.
This is where
Wait,
JoJo
who's
starts.
JoJo
Is from
Siwa?
AUDC.
You don't know
You know
JoJo
JoJo
Siwa?
Siwa if you saw
Benicia,
her.
what?
JoJo with
Come
the
on,
bobo?
man.
What?
Okay.
Who is
So,
that?
Season 6, Maddie, Mackenzie Ziegler leave. This is when the show really starts going downhill because they were 2 of the best OGs. And then season 7, nothing interesting really happens except Chloe comes back at the end for nationals, and they go against Abby because they all leave Abby.
Yes.
And then season 8 happens a few years after season 7 because Abby was arrested for her tax fraud and money laundering. So she is free. And then
we even peep the tax fraud going on in season 5, episode 22.
The money falls out of the bag.
Whoa.
We see a little foreshadowing moment.
So I'm hearing a lot. Benicia, what do you think?
Well, I'm just trying to. Abby's a mom, right?
No.
Wait.
She's the dance teacher.
She had a dog, but unfortunately passed away.
So the dance teacher is going to jail for.
Well, she's out now.
But she was committing tax fraud.
Yeah, as you can see on the other side of the board.
Wait, why was she committing tax fraud?
Because who wants to be taxed?
She was in jail for tax fraud.
True point.
And yeah, so that's gonna wrap up Dance Moms. Are you excited for season 9? Will you be tuning in?
Wait, where can I tune this in on?
Lifetime.
Lifetime.
Are you tuning in?
I'll remember it.
What is Lifetime?
It's a TV channel. But anyways, that's all we have time for. So tune into Dance Moms season 9 and make sure to tune into Triple Scoop next week.